Welcome back to the Venom Workshop. So today what I'm going to show you to do is how to put your carbureted bike away for the winter. So this is going to be a lot like the fuel injected video. You're going to want to get as much gas out of this as you can, because gas will go bad over time and it just gets really gunky and dirty. So what I want you to do is, if you come down to this line right here, just pull the line off your filter. Shut your gas off first. Your fuel petcock is right here. You can just turn it to the side like that. It'll turn the fuel off. Then go ahead and take the hose off, and then just get a can. Let the majority, there's going to be a little bit sit in the bottom. That's normal. So what you're going to want to do is get a little bit of fuel stabilizer. So put a little bit of fuel stabilizer in here. Probably put about a liter at least in there. And then once you do, I want you to start the bike. Start it and let it run for about a minute or 2 minutes, just enough that it gets the fuel stabilizer down here into your carburetor, and then your carburetor doesn't get all gummed up. As for your oil change, I would give it an oil change before I put it away. That way you know you have nice clean oil. There's no chance you getting out and driving on oil it's been worn out or no good. So once you get that done, another thing you're going to want to do is on this bike, the battery is right here behind this fairing. So you're going to want to take your battery out, bring it into your house. Lead acid batteries do not do well in freezing cold, especially here in Canada where it gets down to minus 35 degrees Celsius. It's cold, and one of these batteries will freeze. And what happens is once the battery freezes, it'll swell and it'll crack all the side of the battery, and then the battery's just no good anymore. So bring it in. You could put it in your basement or somewhere just out of the way where it's going to be safe and warm so it doesn't freeze. If you have a heater in your garage type thing, or you have a garage, and you could definitely leave the battery in it too. But what I would do is disconnect it. So if you have a heated garage, just take your power wire off the battery and just leave it off. Because your dash here, up here, it always keeps the time, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if this dash has time, but some of them do. No, this one doesn't, thank God. But some of them have the time on the dash. If it's going to be sitting for any extended period of time, you're going to want to disconnect the battery. So once the battery is taken out, all that stuff is done, then I want you to take a look at your brake fluid. So on this bike, the master cylinder right here, so pop these off, make sure your brake fluid is nice and filled. It takes .3 or 4 brake fluid, this one. And again, up on your handlebar, same thing. Just take the cover off, and it takes, like I said, .3 or 4. So either one works in here. It's just the hydraulics, but make sure that those are nice and leveled off and filled, and you should be okay. Next, before you put it away, check your tire pressure. So this tire here is rated for, let's take a look, 36 pounds cold. So I wouldn't put 36 in this tire. Go ahead and put about maybe 32 pounds in this tire, and then it should be the same at the back. It should have the exact same pressure. So I'm going to come around here. I'm going to take a look, and it says right there. So what does it say? This one says 62 pounds cold. So I would not put 62 pounds in a tire ever, just because it just doesn't sound like a good idea. It seems like an awful lot of air. So I would definitely not put that in. I'm going to take a look closer at that. 62 pounds just seems like an awful lot to me. Yeah, I'm an idiot. It's 36 pounds. I got a little closer, took a look at it. It's 36. Okay, so I would, again, put about 32 pounds in it. Make sure that your air is at 32 pounds on both tires. And make sure that there hasn't been any air that has come out during the summer, because if there's a leak, then you want to find it. Now, over the winter, your air pressure might go down. Like I said, when it's really cold here, the air pressure can go down in your tires. So when you take this back out in the spring, You're going to want to, again, check your tire pressure, all that stuff. Now, another thing I want you to do is give your bike a good wipe down. So don't just, and I'm not talking about just the fairings. I'm talking about down here on all your frame. You could actually do it with a little bit of WD-40 on a rag, a little bit of oil on there, just anything to give it a quick wipe, and it'll stop your frame from getting sort of rust on it if you can keep a little bit of oil on it. I don't mean spray oil on it. Just give it a quick wipe with some WD-40, and that will give it kind of a little bit extra against rust. But like I said, I want you to wipe all of here, wipe all your engine. Just give everything a really good wipe down. The swing arm as well, give it a good wipe down. Make sure that your chain is good and lubed. There's so many different things you can use for chains, like chain wax or chain butter, any of those. I like those because they're sticky and it sticks to the chain and it'll stop it from rusting. And I'm going to come around here. Now, you don't, like I said, I want you to change your oil. So then once you change it, I want you to make sure that you're topped up and you're at the right level. As long as your oil is changed, it's like I said, it's a great idea, because then next season when it's time to take it out, you're good to go. The first thing I would do is probably change my spark plug. So changing your spark plug at least once a season is a good idea. Make sure that that you change the spark plug on this, like I said, at least once a season. I really like the NGK spark plugs, so I would go with an NGK. Again, wipe this side where the frame is. Just give it a wipe down everywhere. If you do see rust start popping up in little places like this, give it a little shot of touch-up paint. Like, touch it up with a little bit of black paint. This is a low gloss black right here. You can buy it at Walmart if you want. I don't mean go over spraying everywhere on the engine. No, put a piece of cardboard here, give it a spray along the frame, so that if you see, like I said, if you see any rust. And that's about it, guys. So you want to make sure, put it in a nice place where it's not going to get wet. Try to not leave it outside. If you leave it outside, no matter what, there's going to be moisture and it's going to rust your bike, even if you have it covered. So try to have some sort of a shelter for it if you can, and then cover the bike as well. Now, when you cover the bike, it'll cause less dust to obviously collect on the bike the whole time. So then you won't have to be giving it a wipe again either. And unfortunately, if you do have to leave it outside for the winter, it happens. Not everybody has a garage. Make sure your bike is well covered, but not just well covered. Make sure you use the straps on the covers to tighten it down so it's not flapping around and stuff. You want to have it nice and tight, and make sure that your bike is nice and covered. And then it'll be safe. It'll be safe for the winter. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions or concerns, or you want to know anything, definitely reach out. But that should make sure that you have your bike all ready to go and good for the season, and you won't have anything to worry about when you come around to spring. Now, in spring, when you do come back, what you are going to want to do is you're going to want to charge your battery, put it on trickle charge for a couple hours just before you first start it. Now, when you first start it again, I want you to do me a favor and drain your carb out. But again, I'm going to do a video on how to take your bike out of storage now that I've done one how to put it in. So like I said, hope you guys like and subscribe. If you have any questions, definitely leave in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.